My name is Paul Butler, and I am the market manager for the Right Choice Fresh Start Farmers Market.
This is a very important project because we need people to start putting more vegetables and fruits into their diets in order to help them with their health problems such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, which is very, very common in this area. So the farmers market is going to help people to improve their diet.
The health of the community in Orangeburg, South Carolina is in many ways reflective of the health issues that we're experiencing in the southeastern region of the United States. We see very high rates of diabetes, high rates of obesity, high rates of other diet-related health conditions.
People buy convenience, and that convenience of buying the frozen vegetable or the canned vegetable is not necessarily the healthiest thing, but it's a time saver.
Some people call it a perfect storm when it comes to obesity, that we have enormous access to low nutrient, high energy dense food and very little and decreasing opportunity to be physically active.
The team from Columbia came, Dr. Darcy, Freeman, Lucy, Whelms, and a couple other people who I don't recall right now who came down with the initial team. Actually, our CEO, former CEO, Mr. Donnie Hilliard, knew about this through the association with the South Carolina Primary Healthcare Association, and we were informed that this was a pilot project they were looking into starting and that we were one of the centers that they were going to do an assessment on. They came down, we went through a detailed assessment, detailed interview of our organization and the community around us, and I was selected to be a part of it.
When I came to Columbia, I heard about this project that Dr. Freeman was working on, and it just really spoke to me in a lot of ways. It made sense on so many different levels. That there was a great need for access to healthy foods in the community, and on the other end, farmers in the community who are looking for more economic opportunities.
Originally, the idea came up a number of years ago to work with health centers to develop farmers markets. And eventually that idea got incorporated into a grant, the Cancer Prevention and Control Research Network grant, to fund a project like that here in South Carolina, and now we have the project.
We got turnips, onions, yellow crookneck squash, cauliflower, red potatoes, zucchini, broccoli, cucumbers, and corn. And I can open one of them for you.
Do you mind if I start counting?
I got one without a worm. This one doesn't have protein.
Makes me really happy because it looked natural, it looked easy, it looked like you had always had a farmer's market at that site. It was wonderful to see that first farmer's market.
Well, the farmer's market would give especially middle income and lower income people a chance at real fresh vegetables. And it also would be top of the line vegetables, fruit vegetables, and And we should be compatible with any vegetable market like Bi-Lo, Food Line, any of those. It should be even fresher than theirs. Each one of these trays, I think, if they're full, they hold 288 plants. And that means that's a lot of work we have to do.
And these are tomatoes. These are mustard greens. And this is a different type of peppers. Yes, we have like 3 different peppers in here and about 4 different tomatoes.
A lot of Bi-Lo and Food Line stuff is kept in a cooler. A lot of it comes from Florida, other states that produce it even sooner than we are. You can't actually outproduce Florida because they produce year-round. And you got some of the foods coming from Mexico. And those can't be as fresh as what we're going to give you right out the field. So the ones we're going to give you is, I'll say, less than 3 hours out the field. In other words, from the field right to the market. You can't get any fresher than that.
We've been farming now for about 2 years, my husband and I, but this farm belongs to Mr. Willie Ulmer out in Fort Hose, and he's been in farming, I would say, about 30 years. For a long time, we didn't have, we had water, but then the well went dry. So what we had to do, Mr. Ulmer has a system at his home where he can switch over from the well to the city, and that's the only way that we survive as far as with the plants in there. Other than that, if he hadn't done that, then it really would have been bad.
The way we set it up, you need local farmers and you also need local customers, and I think people appreciate knowing the person on a speaking first-person basis that grew their food that they're eating.
We are now being out in the community right here on 601 so folks can see exactly what we're doing. So we have a great spot, a great location, as well as the opportunity to network with the health center.
I'm looking for a mainly cucumbers. Strawberries is something I like. Blueberries, cucumbers, tomato and lettuce, cantaloupes. I like those things. And a lot of greens, leafy veggies. I like those.
Looks like I got a little bit more than last time, with different stuff.
Yeah, you got eggplant.
Last time I was here.
Eggplant and the cherry tomatoes and maybe the cabbage is new too. Seems slower this week than it has been though.
Maybe a little bit. It seems like it always slows down around 12. And you would think lunchtime when people could come out.
It's going really well so far. Today I have fresh squash and cucumbers. I have some other produce that's not quite ready yet, but will be ready in the coming weeks. I was lucky enough to see an ad in the Times Democrat that was in the classifieds that said that the family health centers were looking for area farmers to participate.
I think it's a great idea whenever you can have a market in a community where there's a lot of patients, well, a lot of people in general, particularly here at the center because you have a captive audience. You have another opportunity to educate people about the importance of eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and then you're presenting it right here for them, so they have every opportunity to take advantage of that.
I think the location of this market is good because it's right outside the Family Health Center. It's also right outside of a government subsidized apartment complex, and it's just making it very available for the citizens. So I think that's a benefit.
A lot of things that helped them was the location. They said that, hey, I can go to my doctor's appointment and come and use the farmer's market. Some may have been on fixed incomes. The benefit of having that voucher is, hey, I can go get fresh fruits and vegetables using this voucher without having to go in my pocket to use it.
I was involved in connecting with farmers and recruiting them to come be involved in the Right Choice Fresh Start Farmers Market. I was involved in helping to find members of the community to participate in the advisory council, developing relationships with them, and also developing relationships with some organizations in the community who were able to work with the farmers market.
It's been a pretty big process because a lot of folks have done little things like y'all out here today taping, and one committee's doing the record keeping, and another part of the committee is doing something else. So it's really involved a whole lot of folks that I think are interested in it from the health aspect, because as far as I can remember, this is really one of the first times I've heard of a market being advertised to help people with health problems and health issues. So I'm looking forward, and hopefully it catches on.
For one thing, it's easier for them to buy the products from here, because once they come to the clinic, they can just step out and come to the market to buy their produce.
I think it's a good idea because we have a captive audience at the Family Health Center, and there's a good many folks riding up and down the highway, so I hope that it works out good for both, all parties involved, really.
On behalf of Commissioner Hugh Weathers and the staff, we congratulate the organizers of this market for having the fortitude to stay with their idea until they realize the success that they originally planned.
The market will be open each Friday from 10 to 2 p.m. Please visit your doctor at the Family Health Center, and he will write you a prescription in order to receive a discount at the farmers market.
Here at the Right Choice Fresh Start Farmers Market, we are so excited to have everyone out here. We would love to continue to have this program, and I know you all are going to help us do that by continuing to come out and support our vendors.
Those who have raffle tickets available, if you would raise your hand, want to make sure that everyone has a raffle ticket.
All right, our next gift up for raffle, also from the Cancer Prevention and Control Program, is this handy dandy backpack with a nice hat and another t-shirt.
We've got a number of changes. We've also no longer do the inventory beginning at the end, so that's going to expedite and make us have a shorter time that we go ahead and begin and end of run our markets. And one more big change was that we have changed the way that we report the information. So now we get the data a whole lot more efficiently and a whole lot more effectively.
Maybe one of the things that we could look at for next year is trying to figure out maybe there's some markets that nobody's tapping that maybe we can tap into with this family health type market that we really hadn't thought of as being a traditional customer base.
I think it's gone smoothly. I think once people really understood that we were here to serve the community and to be a service to the farmers as well. There's some information that we take from them in terms of inventory and also looking at some monies.
Well, we create these receipts of each unit of produce that's being sold and for how much, and also the different types of people that are coming.
We're just trying to see the impact that this market is having on the community and also on the farmers. So once people understood that, I think it's gone smoothly.
Oh, it was good weeks, medium weeks, give or take, but it all paying out anyhow.
We've seen a lot of people come each week that are regulars, and they seem to rely on this for their weekly produce.
One of the things that they want to do is try to have some recipes and things on hand to help folks learn how to cook these things, and maybe in a different way than what they're used to eating. So I'm hoping it'll open people's mind up to eating more things and a variety of things.
I think it's really good to have locally grown food, to have it, a lot of it's like chemical free, they don't do pesticides or anything, hand picked, and that really helps not only the center and community health and everything, it's healthier for them, but it also helps the economy because it's local, so it's local farmers, and it's just a cycle. If it helps everybody, it's beneficial.
There's a big need for it. I mean, there's a few produce stands, a lot of them, and they get all their stuff from like the State Farmers Market, which is a lot of out-of-state stuff, and just a lot better to have fresh stuff, available, in this area from our farm, instead of, paying people in Florida, keeping money at home.
A lot of us have concerns about the food system in a variety of different ways. In this particular project, one of those concerns is being addressed, and that is, some of the inaccessibility issues and lack of access to fresh foods among certain populations. And so, we're rallying together to figure out a way to address this concern.
There's a lot of enthusiasm about the farmers market because it is such an inspiring project to work on, and our response from the community was really overwhelming in a lot of cases. We found that once people found out about the project, they were really gung-ho to work with us.
The community members, which I think is the most relevant thing, they help make the decisions on where the farmers market will be located and what, they played a big part in it. So it wasn't just other individuals coming in and say, this is what you need to do. The people of Orangeburg made the impact. It wasn't anyone else.
When you start to talk about creating change in communities and promoting health, I think starting where people are at and starting where they have this common interest. And food is one place where we have a common interest. And I think it is a great leveraging tool for moving forward.